All right, I have a short study for y'all. This is only going to be on a single DaBaR, a single WORD. And it's to show you why we don't use this pagan DaBaR in Hadarek, the way of Yahweh, because it derives from the Greek. It is a pagan DaBaR, and they use it within their own religions, practices, and all that hoo-ha. We were taught it in Cianity, in the CHs, or CHURCH. We were taught that, and, they make a big deal about it. They even have their own congregation called the Baptists, okay? And that's the DaBaR. Baptize, baptism. That's what I'm going to show you. I have this book here. It just came yesterday on. And it is an etymology glossary of nearly 2,500 English DaBaRium derived from the Greek. And that's, the time whenever they, I don't know, limited it to or where it came from. But anyway, there you go. And in here, let me show you really quick. It doesn't give you like a long explanation. It just tells you it derived from. Okay, let me get it to focus a little bit better. It's not going to. Okay, anyway, I circled baptism, and then you have the Greek writing beside of it. And you have more, and that's hard to understand. But it means baptize, dip, wash. Okay. But the Greek letters are, when the way they write is a lot different and hard to understand. But we know that baptism originates from the Greek. It's in this book. Okay, now we do a quick search on it, and we type in, because we know it's of Greek origin of the DaBaR baptism. Okay, y'all can see that right up here. It gives the DaBaR, W-O-R-D, baptism comes from the Greek DaBaR, baptizo. And then, y'all recognize this right here? That was written in the book I just showed you. The letters are just hard to understand. That means to immerse or to plunge. Baptizo is a verb that means I wash. It is used in the Brit Kadashah, aka New Testament, to describe the act of ritual washing, as well as the new rite of baptism. The DaBaR baptism is a Secian sacrament that symbolizes rebirth or root cleansing. It is often performed on children as an initiation into the Secian, CHURCH. All right. Now, what do we know about this DaBaR? Who does this DaBaR? It is all in the Catholic CHs. And you know that they are of Greek origins. Down here, it's got, do Greeks call it baptism or christening? Okay, let me find that for you. Right there, y'all see that? The Orthodox christening, or I probably shouldn't speak that, DaBaR, CHRISTENING, okay, is essentially to, you see the ELE means baptism, CHRIS. Baptism is immersion into the HOLY water by the priest, or CHRIS follows the baptism, whereby the child is anointed with HOLY oil. This is made up of OLIVE oil with sweet smelling ingredients. But that's what they do. That's what they call it. They call it baptizing. They call it CHRISTENING. All right. Because this is the origin of it, and we know who uses it and where it comes from, we do not need to be using this DaBaR in our walk with Yahweh. Of course, there is the Abrith DaBaR that is pure, that is used in Scripture. And I'm actually going to show you just a single scripture in here
where it's talking about Yahusha talking, and he uses the Aubrey DaBaR, W-O-R-D, in this verse, and it will be found in the other verses too that use the DaBaR immerse or immersion. Okay, and right here you see to immerse or to plunge. All right, now we're going to come here and we're going to look at this. This is, we looked up baptizo. Let me show you. Let me go back here. Be a lot quicker. Show you like this. I went here and I wasn't sure if baptizo was a G-O-D or a G-O-D-S or whatever. And I had to make sure. That way, you know, we could repeat this DaBaR. The Greek word DaBaR, baptizo, means to baptize. In the B-I-B-L-E, it refers to the application of water as a way to connect P-E-O-P-L-E to J-E-S-U-S through the H-O-L-Y, rook, not S-P-I-R-I-T. And then it gives you some meanings of it in the Tanakh, what folks call the Old Testament. Baptizo meant to immerse. And you know, and you've got some stuff you can read here. But as you see, baptize, baptizo, baptism, all refers, look at here, to C-H-R-I-S-T, J-E-S-U-S, you know, G-O-D, H-O-L-Y, you know, all these pagan DaBarim or Shamuth. That's what this DaBaR is context for, is the pagan, the pagan W-O-R-L-D. Okay, that's why we will not use it. I did click on something for you. Let me find it again. It comes down here. We're almost there. Okay, right here. The blue letter B-I-B-L-E. And it just kind of goes in a little bit more detail for you. And you'll see the Greek writing of it right here. You know, and that was in the book. You can show all and all the writings. And then you see what it means. Following, baptize, wash, baptist, baptized. To dip repeatedly, to immerse is to submerge. A vessel sunk, to cleanse by dipping or submerging, to wash, to make clean with water, to wash, you know, to bathe. It can mean to overwhelm. Okay. We know what it means. We got that. But we don't want to use that DaBaR. We don't want to use baptize. We don't want to use baptism. We don't want to use Baptist. Okay. Yeah. Now, in order to find out what the Aubrey DaBaR is for this, instead of, now I looked up the DaBaR immerse right here. I did look it up. And I didn't do a deep study on it right here. But I guess if you want to use the English DaBaR for it, you can use immerse. Okay? But, you know, we were immersed in the Shamuth, or the Sham, rather, of Yahuwah. But that is the Aubrey DaBaR, is Tabal. Tabal. It is written with the Tat, the Bath, and the Lam, or Lamad. So you've got Tabal. That's your Aubrey DaBaR. For, or instead of baptize, baptism, all that hoo-ha. Tabal. To dip, to immerse, to dip, immerse, plunge. And you can click on it here. And then, of course, corresponding to the Greek, bapto, to dip, immerse. Baptizo, see that? To baptize, immerse, submerge. We want to get away from the baptize part, baptism part. We don't want to use that in Haderek, the way. You know, we don't want to use that in our Amunah, because that is completely pagan. But there you go. Dip, dip, plunge. And what, let me show you this. Scripture of baptism. I have to type it in like that because, you know, most things are written in pagan hoo-ha. And you've got, there are many scripture verses related to baptism or immersion. And I looked up Matthew 28, verse 19, and I'll take you over there to that. All right, there's Matthew, what they call Matthew. This is chapter 28, verse 19. Therefore, this is in the English, okay? Therefore go, instruct all the nations, immersing them in my sham. All right, we come over here. There's the paleo right there, if you know the paleo better than the Authios, aka pictograph. Most folks call this the audiot, but when you study the language, there's no O, there's no I, but it is the Authios, okay? But here's the scripture. It's got U'atam Lak'u al kal ha goyim U'ashu. Come over here and it's the lam midim U'atabalatim atam bashami. Now bashami, right here where it's got in my, N-A-M-E, bashami is that exact writing. In sham, that's N-A-M-E, with the Y at the end that makes it my. That's bashami, in my, N-A-M-E. But right here is what I want to show you. Now you've got ua tabalatam, but the DaBaR I'm wanting to show you within this, because this is more than just a single DaBaR. They've got them joined together. You've got the tabal. Do you see it right there? With the X in the middle and the side of it, and then like an L kind of bent over. Tabal. Let me show you. Let me grab a right here. Tabal, right there. And that means to immerse. Okay? That is the Albrecht DaBaR for immersion. Not baptized or baptism or all that hoo-ha. Tabal for immersion. Alright. Okay. Alright, but that's why I wanted to show y'all. We don't use the DaBaR, baptized, baptism, Baptist, all that mess. Okay? We use Tabal instead, or you can use immersion or immerse. I'm trying to get my phone out to show some wild looking stuff on my screen here. But yeah, do your own research on this. If there's any, and it's a, you know, it's used in Christianity. Christianity, what folks don't understand is Christianity is the daughter of Catholicism, or the Bath, excuse me, it's the Bath of Catholicism. You know, it is the connection. Christianity, or Christianity, is directly connected to the Catholicism, the Catholic CH place, okay? It is not a branch of its own. It is not separated from it. Think about this right quick. You have the priest that stand up in front of everybody on their podium, right? And they have the altar. And what do you do with the preacher? He's standing up there in front of everybody on his podium, and there is an altar. And then what do you do with a priest? You go and you confess your hatayim, the S-I-N, to the priest. Well, what's the difference in you going up to the altar and telling your preacher things that you've done and you need to be, you know, made free from? It's the same thing. He is your connection to God, just like the priest is your connection to God and JC and the HOLYSPIRET, you know. There's no difference. There's no difference there at all. And look at the celebrations that's done in the
Catholic CH places. The same are done in Cianity places. The same. The exact same Rasha, Holy, aka Holi, Umim, Days's. They are celebrated in the same direction thereof. There is nothing different between Christianity and Catholicism. It is the same. Christianity is just the Bath of it, or the Daughther of it. You know, you really need to dig this stuff out and make time to study it. You would be amazed at what there is out there to learn. Yada Yahuwah, you know, you have to be hungry and thirsty for Yahuwah, and He will give you the Hakmah, to know and to be able to relate and to share with your Mashpaka and Yahuwah, to show them and to bring them out more, to drop the scales more off of our eyes and our ears and everywhere, to see and to know and to bina, to understand. Okay? Anyway, this is our preparation yom, and I've got to get busy at it, but I did want to share that with you right quick. I palal that you get something out of each of these sharings that I am doing with you, because I'm trying to draw our mashpaka out of the pagan lashon, and working on my own being while doing it, and learning while I'm doing this. It's important that we do this, and the very sorrowful thing is I can't find hardly any other person that does this. You know, it's really sorrowful. I would ahaba for another mashpaka to come and to do these sharings and these DaBaR origin studies, and to catch our attention, like, hey, we don't need to speak this because either it is a Rasha Akkad or derives from a Rasha Akkad, or it is of pagan origin. Okay, and if it's a pagan origin, we need to get rid of it. Get it out. Y'all have a Baruch Yom and Yahuwah. I palal that He Geshems, He rains down upon you. You know, Gadal Rabbah, great, very much. Hakma, Doth, knowledge. Bina, understanding. Nacham, comfort. Rafa, Healin. And just Salaka, or Salak, forgiveness. Salaka, I think Salaka is forgiveness, and Salach is forgive. I'm still learning, but yeah, just be a Baruch to each other, and be there to lift each other up whenever we feel lowly or when we fall. You know, don't be arrogant and smug and cast someone aside and thinking, you know, they don't need you to lift them up. They need to be made strong. Well, guess what? Yahuwah is going to make them strong. But we, as the mashpaka of Yahuwah, do need to keep Akkad another lifted up in the Shem of Yahuwah through Yahushua HaMashiach. Yada Yahuwah. Rumama Yahuwah Yasha'al. Shalom, 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 mashpaka. Yada Yahuwah.